Alright guys, NC Waterman 34 here, and today I wanted to bring you an episode of inshore fishing tips and tactics, what I like to do when I go inshore fishing. And I just basically want to go over what I do, baits I use, setups, and how I use them. Alright, start off, we got what I use for my Gulp whenever I get into tubs like this liquid live bait container by Plano. You can get them at local Dixie, other places like that. And I get the Marinade, and you just add a little dot, little dab of it, and it marinates your, makes your Gulp so much stronger. And it comes, this one comes in shrimp. I'm not sure if they come in other say scents or anything like that. But that makes your Gulp 10 times better. And it's actually kind of, I don't see many people do it. But if I'm wrong, correct me in the comments below. All right, next up, the baits. What I like to use, but I don't see many YouTubers use, or maybe, I don't know if this is false, and not many people use it or know about it, but it's the Pearl Firetail Shrimp, made by Gulp. I use it in the 3 inches. And that's one of our best baits. When we're like the flounder or an artificial bite in the early spring, we just use that, and it catches almost all of our fish. Small fish, bigger fish, until the mullets start swimming in, and they get on those. And I got another variant I don't see ever anybody uses, the pink firetail shrimp, made by Gulp as well, same size. And this is more of our early spring fall color. Like early spring, we use this when they first start getting active. In the fall, when they're starting feeding heavily. And this is one of our better baits whenever the Chartreuse firetail is not working. So there's that. And whenever, like, say your Gulp, like Gulp just dries out, it has no more scent on it. Right here is what we put on there. Procure Super Jello Shrimp. You can get the bigger guide bottle, so it lasts us longer. It adds a big advantage to the Gulp. And say, I don't know, you say pinfish and bluefish are going after the tails of your Gulp and they're just ripping them off. Right here is what we like to use. Z-Man paddlers and pogies. As you can see, it's covered in Procure. Alright, that one was already ripped up, probably should have seen that one, but look at that. Whenever we have problems with bluefish and all sorts of stuff for that, we put these on and they don't ever get the tails off. It takes them like at least 30 bites just to get the tail off, and they really do work. Like, unless it's a big blue, then they're not getting it off. And the Jigheads we always throw our on are the blue water candy Jigheads. More than normally, we throw the 1/4 ounce everywhere we go. But say like the current's not moving as fast and you're fishing the docks, fishing around docks, 3/16 if the current isn't moving really fast, and say the current's going really swift, the 1/2 ounce and the 3/8 ounce would be where you want to go. And as you can see, they're plain. But we have little we get Jighead powder off of like bait tackle stores and everything like that, and we just light it for about 3 seconds and then put it in the Chartreuse dip, and it makes some Chartreuse, and it's just Jighead paint. And we mainly throw Chartreuse Jigheads. We don't throw many other colors. Like, we may throw red every now and then, but Chartreuse is our main color. We rarely ever throw black. And the good thing about these compared to most others is the black nickel hooks last longer, and they don't rust out as much as say other Jigheads would. And going back to this liquid container made by Plano, very good. It's $8.49 as you can see where we got it, and it holds all of our baits. We don't sort them. We just put them all in there, And fluorocarbon leader. I use 30-pound braid on all my 30-pound Power Pro, and say I use 10 for when it comes to trout. But we always use leader. We don't ever go no leader. So we go for trout, and depending on what we're fishing at for flounder, we go 15-pound. What I believe is the best fluorocarbon leader on the market is Yozuri HD Fluorocarbon Pink. This stuff is amazing. It is very abrasion resistant, and it is just one of our favorite fluorocarbons. We haven't gone back to any other since. So we got 15-pound is what we use whenever we're fishing for trout. Say we're fishing around docks and maybe around rocks and stuff like that, we use 25 and we use 30. Now, depending on how heavy the cover is you're fishing, say it's very heavy cover fishing or a lot of pilings, going to go with the 30-pound, and say you're not fishing, you're just fishing like rocks, rock wall, stuff like that, go with the 25 pound. And another very useful tool we have is the Boca Grip, or Boca, whatever you want to say it. These things, these are just so efficient. Like whenever we get bluefish, say we're using like little jerk baits and stuff for trout, and we get a bluefish, we don't have to hold them and get the possibility of getting hooked because we got the Boca Grip. So you just put them in your mouth, clamp down, and they can't get off. And for trout, we mainly use the mainly use is the firetail shrimp. You catch a lot of trout off this. Not a lot of big size, but a lot of good numbers. Get a big one every here and there. And we also catch them on the pink firetail. And we have another bait I am not allowed to show you, or else I will get ringed out by my parents. So, by my dad, he doesn't want anybody seeing that bait. That's one of our top secrets. So, I will recommend mirror lures, usually small Mirodines, pink back, like the electric chicken colors, we call it pink back, Chartreuse belly, and it's the MR17. We got the blue back and the Chartreuse belly. So yeah, that's it for today's video. Tell me what you guys do down in the comment section below. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.